Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me?
We can hear you now, Prof, loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. How's everyone doing? How are you all managing with your assignments?
Prof,
Yeah. Still hoping to get to those.
Just reach out via email. You've got my details. You can, if you need any consultation or if you need any assistance. So today's lecture is our last lecture that we have. Not really a lecture, but it's going to be a briefing session on what to do for your final assessment. So I've briefed you all on each assignment. I read through each one, what is expected of you. I'm going to do the same for this final assessment that you have. And also, I'm going to tell you like some of the innovative things that some of the students in the previous cohorts, what they've done for this module. Okay. Before we do that, if you all don't mind, you have not met each other. You have not met me. It's the first time we met online and we have not met physically. I like seeing my students physically. So if you don't mind switching your cameras off for a few minutes to do a meet and greet, which I should have done in the first lecture. I'm sure you guys have met each other over the course of this year, but I have not seen you guys. So if you all don't mind, for just a few minutes, meet and greet so that you know your colleagues in this class and you know who I am as well. At least now we can put the faces to the voices. The rest of you don't want to put your cameras on.
I can't seem to put my camera on. There's I think I'm gonna log out and log back in, Prof.
That's fine. That's fine. The rest of you, just so that you meet and greet everyone. Nice to finally meet all of you and see the faces to the names. I don't get to see my students, all my classes. I don't get to see them. Once a module's done, that's it. It's done, and we don't see them again unless you're from UJ. Then some of you actually do meet in person. But yeah. Okay, so I was asking while we're waiting for the rest of them to log in and show us their faces, or if they don't want to show us their faces, it's okay. Um, the assignments, before we even go on to the final assessment now, so your assignments, what issues or anything that you're having that you want clarity on, or you want to, yeah, just have a consult session now. Or you can even do a one-on-one with me, but you guys need to communicate and you need to obviously tell me you need a consult, email me, and yeah, before you submit, we can do that. All right. I'm just waiting for Devashri to log back in before I can actually start the session officially. Oh, thank you for putting your camera on, Nehemiah.
thank you, Prof.
Okay, nothing on the assignments. Did you even try to attempt it? Or even the first one?
I did. I've started with assignment 1 and 2, and I did a draft of 3. Then on the weekend, I want to start 4 and 5 because I've got a conference the whole week next week, so I won't have time. So I just gave myself time to do 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm about to start 4 and 5.
Okay, you're making headway. Anyone else? Any issues that you're experiencing, Karen?
I've done one. I'll actually submit that later this evening. But that's it. I'll hopefully start on 2 later.
But it's going well.
I think it's going fine. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. No problem. I'm not sure. Okay, we're waiting for Devashri. Chandra, you don't want to show us your face?
I thought my camera was on this whole time. I'm so sorry. Let me also switch devices. I'll be back now.
No problem. Okay, thank you guys for putting on your camera. So if you want, you can switch your cameras off. So what we're looking at today is just a briefing session on your final assessment. And it's imperative that we actually go through it step by step and what is expected of you for that final assessment. So the final assessment is everything that we've done from Unit 1 to Unit 5. So if you see, I am sharing the screen. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, give it 2 minutes. I don't want them to miss out, so let them log back in. Hi, Lindiwe. Hi, Taboko.
Hi, everyone.
So we wanted to do a meet and greet to put the face to the names. We don't really meet in person. It's always online, so there we go. Okay, and we
On
just wait.
recess, so you can see my head. I'm just sitting at home. So this is me.
We on recess. UJ is on recess. I'm also sitting at home, but I just came home because I
Yeah.
was in the office. I was trying to do my
Okay.
visa application for
Okay,
a
nice to
conference.
see the faces behind the voices.
Yeah, because I think we lose that essence of going to a classroom, meeting everyone, speaking, collaborating. You know, you don't really get to see your colleagues. So
Yeah,
I
true.
generally I tell my students put the camera on the last session or even the first session, so everyone just meets and greets. So I wanted to actually do this in the first session, and I just forgot about it. And okay, so I think Devashri may be having a problem. We don't have her back on. Okay, so I'm going to just briefly take you through. So there's innovative ways. That's why I'm saying I want to give you all examples of innovative ways in which my previous cohort students have actually tackled these assessments. So in this assessment, you have the final assessment. You have, thank you, Devashri, for joining us again. Um, so in the assessment, you have two parts, right? The one part is the oral presentation that you have to do. And then the second part is the written portfolio that you have to submit. Okay. So it's in two parts. So when my students are presenting, let's go through the presentation part of it, right? So when the students were presenting, there's various ways in which you could present. We normally put in slideshows, we present from the PowerPoint, and that's what everyone is used to. Okay, so giving you an idea of what was done previously and what some of the students do now, I've had one student who actually, she didn't sing it, she rapped the whole presentation. You know, where she did a presentation and then her final one, she did a rap and a little song and summed up everything, right? So kind of like making it a bit more inviting and enticing for you to want to watch, because we've been around professors, doctors, lecturers, whatever it is, presenting. Okay. I myself also used to be the one that will just PowerPoint presentations, that's it, to present, and then you lose your audience. Okay. So a few tips on how to capture your audience is maybe use videos, use pictures, colors. You can, like I said, sing it, rap it, do whatever you want to do, however you want to present it. But this is ways in which to keep your audience captivated. It's not only, and for them to be engaged as well. So it's not only for this presentation. I teach my students as well, do it for other presentations. Even when we go to conferences, I mean, and I always say engineers are boring. I hope there's no engineers here, but me being an engineer, and I'm like, engineers are boring. It's just talking to a slide and that's it. There's AI tools that are at your disposal that give you actually moving pictures. So you don't have to put like videos, you can put however you want to present it. Okay. So you are open to any way that you want to present your work. It doesn't have to only be the PowerPoint presentation or just reading from something. It's you open to do and be as innovative and creative as you want. You won't do it. Yeah, no, she just, and she was quite an elderly academic, and she was, she was just full of life and just loved that. And she said she wanted to try something different, and this gave her the platform to actually do that. So, looking at the presentation, what it entails, all right. So, this is part of the summative assessment, your final assessment, which is two parts: the oral presentation and the portfolio that needs to be submitted on Moodle. You will get another link for the final submission of that portfolio. So speaking about the oral presentation, like I said, you open to present in however way you want. Total time per participant is 15 minutes, which is 10 minutes for the presentation and 5 minutes for feedback from the group and from your facilitator. So for question and answers, allow 5 minutes. Okay. Sometimes I do give you a bit of leeway. I'll allow you a few minutes over. Okay. And then we'll go into the question and answer session. Must be multimodal, using visual elements on the slide. Like I said, try and use the moving pictures and stuff. Like the AI generates a nice, I think it's called Gamma. The AI tool is called Gamma. So if you're familiar with Gamma, and just play around with it and then see how best to actually do your slides if you want it to pop out or make it pop. And you can do this for any of your presentations, not only for today's one. It's just stuck again. Okay. So multimodal presentation, visual elements on your slides, artifacts such as models or representative objects, performing, like we said, song, dance, poetry. You can even make up a poem, recite a poem, do something, anything that you want, right? So you are free and open to use multimodal ways of presenting your work. The reason why we're saying that is because we learned about multimodal in this unit. Okay, so here's your chance to tap into it. Okay, even if some of the students put it in their own language, and then they had the English translation at the bottom. Okay, so it was both. Most importantly, should communicate learning from the module and reflections on this learning. Okay, and then we'll go in detail with the portfolio. So whatever you're presenting is actually what you've done in the portfolio. I would suggest you start drafting the portfolio submission first, and based on what you put in the portfolio, you're then going to present that as your oral presentation. Okay. The assessment criteria for the oral presentation: learning and reflections on what you covered in Unit 1 to Unit 5. You're using more than one mode to present. Time limit, you have to keep to the time limit. But like I said, I give you 1 or 2 minutes if you go a bit over. I'm not going to rush you. There's a small number of us, so it's easier to actually handle, right? Now, the portfolio submission, right? Evidence of the portfolio is to be designed to offer the following: evidence of learning from the module content, activities and assignments from feedback on activities and assignments. Reflection on learning that includes reference to application to your own discipline and supervisory practices. Now, remember, throughout this module, we did a lot of our own experiences as supervisors, what we would like to do going into the future, going into new supervision roles and so on. And every assignment that you did, assignment 1 that you're going to do, assignment 1 to assignment 5, must be finished before the final submission of before the final assessment, which is this portfolio and oral, is because you're now going to summarize and present that in a portfolio. And everything is a reflection of your own discipline and your own practices as a supervisor or as an upcoming supervisor. Okay. Presentation may include writing in more than one language, like we said, with an accompanying translation. Okay. So multimodal design elements, put in your home language, or if it's your first language, put it in And then obviously you're going to have to do the English translation of that as well. So I can be able to mark that portfolio, now know what you are saying. It's ways of presenting that portfolio, the written portfolio. Okay. However you want to design your portfolio, there's no specific structure, but you're taking out elements. You're not reporting everything from 1 to 5, unit 1 to 5. You are taking things that you found that would help you specifically. It may not work for all our disciplines, but it will work for certain disciplines. And what was your take back? Remember, every lecture, I always asked you, what was your take back from it? Those take backs is what you now inputting into this portfolio. Okay. Presentation of the portfolio may include writing in more than one language, and it may include suggestions for improvement to the course, but this is not compulsory element. So these are things where you've learned something in the course, but you feel that something should be added that you've experienced. And there's a lot of things that we touched on with our own experiences that wasn't fully incorporated into this course. If you want to, put it in, but put it as an improvement section at the end. So you can make me put like a subheading and future recommendations or something, however you want to put the heading. All right. The written portfolio, where is this, okay, how to set it up, put bullets, how you present it, how you write as well. You've got your dates. The dates are on Moodle. It gives you your final assessment for presentation, and it gives for the oral presentation, and then it gives you the final date for your portfolio submission on Moodle. Okay, that will also be set up. I do have the portfolios from previous, but I can't really show it because it's an assessment. It's another student's assessment. So unfortunately, we cannot divulge. That's why I'm taking you through this. Okay, those informations I cannot, but I can maybe not take, maybe do screen grabs, so it's not the actual work. It may be just the headings, whatever they used, I'll see, but the actual work I can't distribute. All right, sorry about that. So rubric for the summative assessment, what you will note for, again, mark allocation, okay, how you present, what you're presenting. Then the portfolio, how the portfolio is actually written. And we want to see your voice also. So when you're writing this portfolio, you're going to write it as if you are writing an essay with references. You can put in your references like you were writing a piece of work for research. Okay, so support your practices. So if you're saying unit 1 reflection, you took out this practice from unit 1 and you're reporting on that, or you putting it in your portfolio, so then you can do that. You can put your references in with it to support it. Okay. Other reflections would be, what was your take back from unit 2? So you're not writing everything. It's what you picked out that you thought was best for your discipline and best for your supervision style. And is there a style that you are using that we haven't incorporated in this unit? Put it in. Okay. Then obviously we will also incorporate it as an improvement when we are updating the subject matter for this this module. Any questions? Anything you want clarity on? I'm just checking if there is a way of me showing you. I can show it to you on screen. So let's see where it is. Are there no questions while I'm looking for someone's portfolio? No questions? I
Um,
don't see any hands up here. You can just
okay,
look at.
Prof. Can you maybe show us an exemplar if you have one? I think you said you are looking for one, because I think
Yeah.
what helped us first semester in the other module we were doing, our lecturer showed us an exemplar of what a good portfolio would look like, and we took ideas, examples from that, and we were able to develop a portfolio and do a quality presentation as well.
Yes, not a problem.
Yeah.
I've got it here.
Okay.
I'm just trying to take out the students, anything that would identify the student. I'm just busy doing that now. I've got 2 examples for you guys. Um,
Okay, just a quick one for me,
yes,
Prof.
please.
What I just wanted to find out is, so what's important at this point is for us to submit the 5 assignments from all the units and then this portfolio. The activities are optional.
Yes, your activities are optional.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is um, base it on, because remember your 5 assignments, all right, was all your reflections from each of those units. If you want, you can just take from each of those units to compile your portfolio. Okay, do I have this?
I also have a question.
Yes, sorry, you can unmute because I don't have, I'm on a different screen.
No problem. In terms of the length, should it be maybe 10 to 15 pages or 10 pages should be fine for the portfolio?
The portfolio is between 10 and 15 pages. It's there on your rubric, your assessment criteria.
Also, last question.
Keep it to 10 pages is fine.
Okay, thank you. And then the links, yesterday I was trying to click one of the links for submission of the assessment. It looks like they were not working.
Fundo, you've submitted already.
Yes, I submitted. The links are working. I submitted on 10th in.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
turn
turn
it
it in.
in.
Yes,
It
it's
is.
10th in.
Go to where it says tests, and
Test,
on
okay.
where it goes to where it has test, then you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all set
Turn
up
it
for you.
in, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's set up as a turn. Don't stress about the Turnitin thing because majority of us are academics here, and I don't expect it to be high plagiarism.
Mm. So
Yeah.
it will
So
allow us
go
to
to
submit.
test.
Will it allow us to submit maybe more than once, Prof?
You're allowed 2 tries.
Okay, thank you.
But just send me an email if you're having any issues.
Issues, yeah, I'll do so. Thank you.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I want to save this so that I can show you guys. If you you can go through it now and go on Moodle, see if you are able to access, and we iron out any hiccups that you may have. Okay, so can you see the screen? Let me know if you can see the screen. It's a Word document. So I tried to take out the contents page and the students' details. So you'll have a cover page, okay? Then you have a table of contents of everything that you wanted to unpack from each of these units. All right. And then, okay, this student got marked down a bit because it was done very nicely, but didn't keep within the 10 to 15 pages. The student went like over 20 some odd pages, right? So supported with references. What we looked at, what is Unit 1, unpacked what is academic literacy, then obviously put in your voice, what you think it is, how it's helping you. They've added pictures. But guys, again, student got marked down because do not just copy and paste pictures. You need to put figure 1, figure 2, and then you also say source, and then you reference where you got this from. Alternatively, you draw your own. Okay, I think this was, we touched on this in one of our lectures as well when you're supervising your students. So we learn from this as well, where we can actually look at and say, okay, student got marked down because it's just copying and pasting and it's not very clear diagrams. Okay, I'm sure you can see that. Yeah, so student's voice, then also using references to support, also having a reference list. Um, Here the diagram went all out of place. So please, when you're doing organization, we spoke about this, the flow of your work, how you present it, and so on. And having things like this. The reason why I chose this specific one was because this is the errors that the student made, and we don't want you making the same errors. Okay, make sure that it's set and organized in a just below the text. And then again, figure 3, what it is, because we don't even know. The picture is just there, and I don't know what the student is talking about for this picture. It's just there, you know. Have your headings, have your subheadings. Whatever you do, supported by references, right? Student puts the same picture. Then this was one of the things they unpacked was your identity as a supervisor. This is the student's the student's identity as a supervisor, what they do. So again, reflecting on your own practices, right? So it's not everything. And then they chose translanguaging. How do you support your students? How do take them through that? So it's just picking out what you like. Mfundo only tackles the honor students, right? He supervises honor students. So supervising honor students, you're not going to use this of the with the PhD, how to work with PhD students, how to take them on the doctoral journey and stuff, because you haven't done that yet. But if you want to put it in as something for future, this is what you would do or should do with your master's and doctoral students, but give you more of your reflections on your honors students and what you're doing with them right now, right? So reflect on all that. Yeah, the various things that we took. There's a lot of, like I said, haphazard. It looks nice, like I said, looks nice, looks colorful. Students like to put this in, but and this was an academic, but it doesn't look nice. It's all you can see. This diagram is not presented well. It could be drawn better, um, enlarged a bit so that it reads better because the writing looks squashed. So it's all about also flow and presentation. And again, figure not labeled, tables not labeled, not telling me what this is actually about, and then goes on to explaining it. Um, if you're using references, this is what I wanted to bring to your attention. And we spoke about this in one of the units. UJ uses 5 to 7 years, okay, on a reference. Anything past your 7 years is outdated information. It's not current information. So if you're using your references, please start using current references. Check your spelling, check your grammar, reading, okay? So these are the things that the student got marked down for. Again, not clear diagrams, just copied and pasted, no source, no reference. Again, organization of this. Yeah, so they chose plagiarism there. It's a whole lot, but like I said, went over 20. So you only unpacking what talks to you, all right? Don't go overboard on that. Now I'm going to show you an example of, where is this?
I like the one, Prof, that says avoid plagiarism, but the picture is not referenced.
Yeah, I picked that up as well. So I laughed. I'm laughing because I laughed when I was marking it. And yeah, so you can see the mistakes. And this, like I said, these are academics as well. We should know better, you know. But you know, when we're rushing to finish assessments, you make these mistakes. As much as we're academics and we know how to write and we know how to do this, we know how to do it, you're going to make a mistake somewhere because you're under pressure, you're trying to finish, you're trying to do the best, and then somewhere, somehow you miss out something, you spell something wrong. Yeah, it
True,
happens.
true.
That's life. Karen?
Just so we can benchmark, are you able to say what the student got for that assignment?
I marked the student down for a few things on this assignment. So I can't remember what the mark was offhand, but I think they got in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken, percentage in the 60s. So this is two parts, it's 40 marks, 40 marks. So you're going to end up with a percentage overall with all your assessments and that. But for this final assessment, it really brought them down.
Okay, thank you.
Devashri?
No, I was saying, Prof, it is our last module. We're graduating next year. Yay. But I think what I've taken from what you've said is that we need to align it to our disciplines. It needs to
Yes.
have practical relevance to our function, right? As
Yes.
supervisors. And I think if we can do that and show that, especially with the assignments that we've done, then I don't think we should have a problem. Although I want to say not all of us function with the right brain or with the left brain. Well, the creativity sometimes may be a bit
Yes.
limited. There's too much of rationality in the way we textually engage.
Yeah. No, I
So,
get you.
you have to pardon us a bit for that.
No, I'm not going
I'm going
to.
to be joining Karen and not being able to rap, but I would be
No.
able to teach or present,
You present in a way that's comfortable for you. Okay, what works for you? Like I said, it was something she never did. So I think because it was a small number of us and she just felt like, let her free spirit just, you know, get the better of her, and she just decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so the one I'm showing you, I don't have the one with the rap because I've actually recorded it, but it was on she recorded it and she sent it to me. I can't find it, but I'm showing you this where a student started with a poem. Okay, and this is a presentation that the student did, but they started with a poem. Okay, again, just presenting, read the poem, telling us what the poem was about. um So, yeah. Then from the poem, then this kind of like, now this is a different student. So what you're doing is you presenting the work from your portfolio in the oral presentation, right? The two must speak to each other, obviously. So whatever you're putting into the portfolio is what you are presenting. So that is why the portfolio needs to be done first. So this is what I said. There's a lot of us academic students that will put text, pictures, whatever you want. Even they played a YouTube video, they put a link, but they played the video as well, spoke to the video, those kind of things, um, and yeah, and just unpacked each thing, that what they found from each unit, what they used. 10 minutes is not very long for a presentation, so it goes really quick. And yeah, this is how it was done. Well, obviously referencing, and yeah. So a lot of students did this, and then a lot just decided, okay, let's do something completely out of the ordinary and rap poems, raps, videos, all those. But like I said, you know what? We all don't have that. I just like lots of pictures. I also would not do a rap or a song, or I don't have the voice for it. Um, so yeah, I'm not as bold, but do what's comfortable for you and how you present as an academic. You open to do whatever you want. Who will be doing the quantitative module? Oh, you asking the class. Okay, you can answer Fundo. So, any questions? I gave you 2 examples. So I gave you an example of how the PowerPoint was done, and then I gave you an example of how the project was done. And the reason why I chose this specific one was because it's done nicely. It could have been done better if those little things, and the student could have gotten an A. So this kind of marked the student down because that final assessment really brought the students down. Fundo?
Thank you, Prof, for the examples. With regard to the date submission deadline for presentation, I didn't see it on model.
Is it not there?
Uh, I think there was last time I checked, I think there was last year's date
I'm
because it was
logging
showing
in right
2024.
now. I just want to see what's happening on Moodle.
Okay.
Then I can also show you guys where to get the assessment links while I'm on Moodle. Let me just give me a moment. Let me just log in for you. And then I can show you my screen. Shannon?
Hi, Prof. Sorry, just to add to Mfundo's, and I may have missed it, you may have already answered this in the last session. The assignments are due on the 18th of September, I think. That's what the links are
Yes.
showing right now.
Yeah, the
Okay.
links are all showing the same date. I'm going to go through
And
it now. I'm going to show you all that now. So
yeah,
this was this 2024? Um, no.
It
So
shows, oh, sorry, Prof. I was going to say it shows the date for from the first session until today's session. Then from tomorrow moving forward, then it shows 2024.
okay, I'll check with the administrator. It says your exam presentation, right? So that would be so you submit the portfolio and the oral, you submit your portfolio on the day that you're doing your oral presentation, which would be this, because your portfolio has to be done in order for you to present it in orally. So this is the date we're working towards, the 4th of October. Your assignments need to be done before that, if in case you want to use stuff from your assignments to put into your portfolio, right? This is where you will find, did I have it? I think I put it under test or assessments, right? Here's all your assignments under assessment. So on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, you will see assessments here. You all can still see my screen, right?
Yes.
Here's assessments. The others are all for the previous years. You'll see the years don't even bother. You won't even be able to open it. All your assessments are here, and you click on each one. It gives you, it's open from this date, and the due date is the 18th. You have a post date. In case you don't meet this deadline of the 18th, you're still allowed until the 20th, but then obviously penalties for late submission. I won't penalize you, don't worry, but I'm giving you a chance to you. So you have basically right from the 18th to the 20th to submit. It's open now. You can start submitting from now. There's all your details, so I will be able to see everyone that has submitted, right? So everyone knows where to find the assessments. Anything else that you want clarity on and you want me to show you? All good? Think you manage the portfolio. So from now until then, until the final assessment, feel free to email me. You do have my email details, so feel free to email me. You can even consult, and yeah.
Sorry, Prof.
Yes.
I don't know, is it still possible maybe to share the handouts and the slides? Maybe you can email us, because some of
I'm
us
actually
didn't.
going to put it. My Moodle is working now. You can see. I can even project it. So I'm going to put it. Sorry, that was my mistake. We went on recess and I was busy marking. And I was marking like 82 scripts. So I got caught up with that and I actually forgot. That was my mistake. I forgot to upload. I know I owe you guys stuff. So definitely this week it will be there.
Thank you,
I will
Prof.
sort it out. Thank you for reminding me. Sorry, I completely forgot about that because I was just trying to get my marking done.
Thank you.
Dr.
Fundo?
Dr. Lorenzo did share something with us. I saw on
The
email.
videos.
Yes, the videos. I think he shared with us.
Yeah, so all those extra notes I had that I was teaching you guys with examples and stuff, those are the things I think Nemia is talking about because that's what I owe you guys. Yeah, even my handouts, I think you all wanted my structures and stuff like that. So I'll put it up on Moodle. I'm open to sharing everything. All right, anything else? And today is my last session with you. Hopefully we will meet again soon, somewhere, somehow. Yeah, Karen?
Sorry, Prof, just one thing. That 3rd of October was the first time I've seen that date. I'm actually traveling for business that day. So I'm not sure if I can present
4th of
differently
October.
or I'm going to PE. So I've got an event in the morning that I'll be doing and then flying back later in that day. So it's going to be quite difficult for me to present then. Is there
Not a
another
problem.
day or anything else I can do?
Yeah, so all you have to do is pop an email. So those of you that cannot make it on the day needs to pop me an email so that I can give you an alternate day and time.
Thank you.
Because I know that some of you are not available. So yeah, you just need to communicate and let me know.
I'll email you.
Just
Thank you
drop me
very
an
much.
email. And
Okay,
then we'll
apologies.
just, yeah. No problem at all. Things come up. Chandre and then I think Lindiwe had your hand up.
Oh, sorry, I meant to put it down, but yeah, I'm going to be in a 7-hour behind time zone for the next month. So I'll also have to arrange something with you.
What's the time difference?
7 hours behind from
7
South
hours.
Africa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, email me. Those of you
Okay,
that are
I'll do.
going to have difficulty, please email me.
Okay, also the same for me, Prof. I wanted to say I won't be available on the 4th. So I just wanted to find out what happens the first time. And I'm only seeing now that I'm looking at the dates that we're discussing. So this was good.
You know
I'll
what?
send
You
the
guys are
email. Yeah. I'll send
funny
the
enough, you
email.
guys are telling me this. I'm traveling as well. Oh my god. I'm looking at my calendar because you guys are telling me that you'll are traveling and I think I'm traveling on the 3rd.
Can we
Oh,
not move
Me
okay.
it to
too,
the
Prof. I'm
Thursday then?
traveling.
No, I think let's all of us move it. So if we move it maybe a few days after, right? So a week after. Let me speak to Dr. Lorenzo to work around that. It'll either be the week before or no, it'll be the week after. It'll probably have to be the week after. I'll speak to Dr. Lorenzo. But email me and tell me. So I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing that I'm also not available. I can be online, but I want to be at a conference, so I'll probably have to do it while I'm at the conference, and it'll be too noisy. All right. No, I'll give you feedback by Monday. I'll speak to Dr. Lorenzo, and we'll work around this date. I think let's try and change that date to suit everyone.
And probably make it a week after, Prof. Not before.
No, definitely after. Because I'm just looking at my date. My October, actually, I'm traveling almost the whole month. So, yeah, I think that I'm back on the 10th. No, I'm back on the 7th, sorry. And then I leave again on the 20th, and then I come back on the 31st. I'm looking at my calendar. So it has to be in between that time that I come back. 25th. It depends on when. Must also look at the academic calendar and when the marks are due. So we can't push it too far because marks are due to the faculty. So we can't miss that deadline. So I'll take into consideration that 25th. I'll take into consideration um, all your agendas and, your time schedules, and then we'll take it from there. All right, Mfundo?
I think if we move it to the 25th of October, it will be still fine because we still have a module to do with Dr. Lorenzo. I suppose that the whole of October will be attending. And
Okay.
I've seen the last assessment for his module. The last assessment is around November.
Okay. If it works, then it's fine. Around those
But-
dates, it will be fine. Shanda,
but
you're still out of the
confirm.
country on the 25th.
Yeah, I'm actually relocating.
Okay, so
So
we're gonna have to work around your time zone.
yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
Mfundo, we'll look at what the 25th or the 18th. So yeah, let's see what we can do. I'll speak to Dr. Lorenzo. I can't commit to you guys and say yes. I'm okay with the 25th. I'm also okay with the 18th. Just yeah, not a problem. Okay, anything else? What module is okay, I think that's for the class. Okay, any last words, any last comments, any last questions before we close? If there is nothing else, I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you guys. And I'm
Thank you very
hoping this
much.
you're
Thank you.
most welcome.
Yeah, thank you for everything.
You are most welcome. I'm just hoping that it was as insightful and